Hey everybody, welcome to Hallyu Zombie Drama Review. It's okay, that's love. Now, we may be slightly confused. We did actually write 3/4 of this, but because it took so long because Tanya sucks at life, we're gonna do one video to finish
Wrap it up
everything.
because it has taken us way too long to get to the end. Sorry, but at least we're going to give you some closure, right?
Well, what we were doing 3 parts, and it was really a lot to do, and we should not have done it that way. Lesson learned.
Yes, lesson learned. We learn from our mistakes. We move on. Anyway, let's talk about this drama because it is seriously one of the best dramas of last year.
It is, and I'm
Worth talking
good.
about.
Before we get into the overall impression, where we left off was where he finally was starting to get treatment.
Heartbreak, people. Heartbreak. All the tears. Oh my gosh. I said they're just bawling. Oh, it's sad.
I mean, we can't. It's not like we're gonna give away the ending. If you've watched the first 6 episodes, you already know what's gonna happen.
Just sad. And I know what it's like to have someone you love be diagnosed with a really bad illness, even if it's not terminal. I know, I've been there. That one hit close to home, and I'm just like, no, I can't. I cry. I cry a lot.
I did have lots of questions though, because at one point, J-Bum, the brother, says that it was all mom's fault, even though we did find out that Jaehyul actually killed the stepfather by accident. So I'm sitting here going, is he blaming her because she convinced everybody else to lie? At
Oh,
the same time,
I thought it was the stab wound wasn't fatal, but because mom set the house on fire, he died. So technically, it was the mom's fault. It wasn't either the brother's fault. Yes, he stabbed the guy, and it wasn't on purpose, and it wasn't fatal. But because mom set the house on fire, the guy died anyway.
I do want to say that I am happy that they kept the family realistic. Yes, it took a little bit of fighting and a fist to the face, but then the brothers got over it, and then eventually the brother started to forgive the mom, and it all worked out.
It does happen. It takes time, and it is painful to go through. But
Well,
that's what makes this drama so great is that they work through all of this
and it
crap.
wasn't just because one of them was the bad guy, it was they were all victims of circumstance of the same situation.
Right.
So while you could technically blame other people, it was just better and easier, and everybody got closure because they all just let it go.
Well, yeah, and that's what they figured out. They spent, what, 14 years blaming each other for all of this, and then once they, you know, Jael was sick and he's admitted, and so they finally have to, like, face this and be like, okay, this is really what happened. And if we can accept this and we can move on and we can find some closure, then we can all start to heal. Not just Jael, not just J Bum, not just the mom individually, but all of them together as a family. They can start forgiving and moving on with their lives and working through this bigger problem that they have now because of everything that they've been through in the past. That's what makes it so awesome is that they stick together, they forgive, and they learn and they move on. And they find a way to let life go on.
And it's all part of the larger picture. I mean, we all know that Jesus and Jay will end up together. Oh my god, fluffy ending.
Love the fluffy ending.
Of all of the drama and the heartbreak and the realism, actually, of this drama, which most of them don't have, we end up at the end of it where she finds out she's going to have a baby. And she's angry, but not actually angry.
I get
And
that.
then
I've been there, okay?
well, him going around and just telling everybody because he's so excited.
I
When he tells the dad, I literally, there were tears. Like, not, I'm gonna cry about this, but oh my god, the dad was so happy, and I'm just like, ah.
even her mom, even Issue's mom was so happy. She had worked through all of hers and come to accept their relationship. It took 2 years and a lot of understanding and patience, but she gets it finally, which also made me happy because she was so adamant against this for good reason. She knows what it's like to be married to someone with, a disability, and she knows how hard it is. She knows what Jesus is going to have to go through, and she's being a good mom, trying to protect her daughter from this.
I know that we're jumping around a little bit. I do want to say that bravo to this drama for their time jumps actually making sense.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. I hate that so many dramas separate the OTP, and they're like, you have to be apart for a year because that is what's required. This separation makes sense. They both had things to work through.
And we had 2 time jumps.
Yes.
Same episode, but they made sense.
But they made sense. And they brought us to a happy place at the end. And not everything in life has to end happily, but at least this one has, you know, they still have bumps. You know, life is still going to be hard for them, but they can work through it.
Well, and the battle that Jaehyul has to go through about Kangwoo, even though we saw him leave because he finally got his closure, it's going to be a battle his entire life.
It is. I just watched this going, it's a beautiful mind. It's a beautiful mind. And, like, you know, this character is going to be with him. And even though, you know, they did the feet washing, and he was like, oh my gosh, the tears again. The heartbreak when he has to say goodbye to Kangwoo. And he knows that this is something that he's going to have to mentally make a conscious decision to be like, you're not here anymore. You're not real. That's something he struggles with, but he's doing it.
Applause for Dio. I hope they give him more roles, by the way. He did really good.
He did great. He broke my heart. He did a really good job.
And the last thing that I want to touch base on is how I personally think every single drama for the rest of ever should end. Let's just have giant tomato fights, people. Let's all dress up in white in a right room and throw tomatoes at each other, because why not?
I would have liked it better if they had been throwing tomatoes in the backyard. The whole fact that they made everybody dress up in white and go into a white room and throw tomatoes at each other, I was like, you've done so well with the realism through this entire drama, and then you have to set this one up and be like, we are doing this just because. I
kind of think it fits in not in a, hey, we're being realistic kind of way, but in a fact that when most people think of those who have mental or psychological disabilities, they think, oh, they're going to be locked up in the loony bin, you know, white padded walls. And that's kind of a play on it because they were either doctors or they had issues themselves or they were both, like Jesus. I mean, I get that. I get it where they were going with that. I do kind of wish, like, when she decided to spray them with the hose because they were happy she was pregnant and she was not prepared, like, that made me happy.
Yeah.
So in the backyard could have been cool, but then at the same time you wouldn't have had everybody there. So, I don't know.
Still had everybody there, and they could have been there. Because when they had everybody come back the next day for that, they left out the couple with when she was the schizophrenic. I can't remember their names. They're married, happily married. They have their cute little baby boy. You left them out.
I am happy though that they did give us an end to that.
Yes.
Because it seemed random, like we hadn't heard from them in episodes, and then all of a sudden they went to visit Jaehyul and, you know, talked him through, hey, this is going to be really hard, but you've got choices.
Right. I'm happy actually every little side story had its closure. If everything wrapped up really well, and Kwang Soo, I love him so much. He's like one of the best characters ever. He is so adorable, and
I love that bromance between them.
They're perfect. They are so perfect. I don't know. I just love the characters in this drama. Like, if ever there were characters that I want to be friends with in real life, these people are amazing. I don't know how you can watch this drama and not just love every single one of these characters.
Is this one in your top 5 for last year?
Definitely.
I'm thinking it's in my top 2 for last year.
Yeah, for sure. This one was really, really good.
Bravo, everybody that worked on It's Okay, That's Love.
Yes.
If you were reading with us as we were writing, or you watched it and you want to give us your thoughts, please do so. That's what the comment box is for.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go with this one. This is an episode that's not so crazy, people.
Right? This drama, it wasn't. This one doesn't deserve crazy. This one just deserves respect and applause.
It does. It really does. I'm very happy with this one. Out of everything last year, this is top 2.
Definitely. This one deserves to be watched. and let's say goodbye.
We will see you all next time. We're going to finish out boarding house and tomorrow's Canterbull today. So,
Bye.